There's a story in the Bhagavad Gita that is about this epic battle. And there's this warrior named Arjuna who's riding into this epic battle. And this epic battle has this long backstory of this one big family. Then they split in half, and now half of the family has to fight against the other half of the family for some epic significance of cosmic proportions. And as this warrior Arjuna is riding into battle, he starts to have second thoughts. He starts to get cold feet. So he has a discussion with his chariot driver about the purpose of life. Do I really need to go into battle? Is there something that I can't do? Maybe it might be a better idea to not go into battle. And this long discussion is very philosophical, very deep. But the long and the short of it is, the chariot driver tells Arjuna that, look, dude, you were put here to be a warrior. That is your purpose. And in Hindu philosophy and in Confucian philosophy, they don't have the Western idea that you can choose your own purpose. They have the idea that you are put here into a life, and that life is your purpose, and your job as a human is to fulfill your purpose as best you can. If you're a teacher, you have to be the best teacher that you can. If you're a student, you have to be the best student that you can. If you're a parent, you have to be the best parent that you can. If you're a government official, you have to become the best government official that you can. If you're a warrior, you have to become the best warrior that you can. And this is essentially what the chariot driver tells Arjuna. You are a warrior. You were put here to go into battle and kill a bunch of motherfuckers. You might not want to do that. You might get cold feet, but you might convince yourself that you're doing something noble. If you decide not to go into battle, you're not really doing anything noble. You're not really helping anybody, because if you opt out of your purpose, the world is still going to go on. Those people that you're supposed to kill, somebody else is still going to kill them. So you're not helping anybody by noping out. You're just pretending you're being noble while you're really being weak. So the ultimate message from the chariot driver to Arjuna is, dude, you're a warrior. Get in there and kill people. Don't be such a pussy. Now, at the end of the story, it turns out that the chariot driver is really Krishna in disguise, the Lord of all there is. And this is a mechanism, the story is a mechanism to teach the reader that you have a purpose. You're supposed to do your purpose. If you nope out of your purpose, you're not being noble, you're just being kind of a pussy. So the moral of the story is, don't be a pussy. Live your life the best that you can, according to your purpose. There's this really fascinating theory in anthropology and evolutionary psychology by a guy named Robert Trivers, who came up with this theory back in the 70s. And like a lot of scientific theories, when they first come up with a theory, everybody rejects it. Then it slowly gets accepted more and more, and pretty much this is accepted as true. And the theory is the reason our brains got so big so fast is our brain is a social persuasion tool. Our brain is a tool to convince other people to follow our ideas rather than their ideas. That for all of human history, within this tightly organized hierarchy, humans have been trying to outgame each other. And we all have the same idea. We all have the same intention. We all want to rise up the status of the hierarchy. But the problem is, if we lead with that, if we say, hey, I want to be more important than you, so let's do my idea, that would make us least likely to get our outcome, which is to rise up the hierarchy. So Trivers' theory, is that we keep that intention hidden. We deceive ourselves to our true intentions so we can more congruently present ourselves to the world. So you can more congruently present yourselves to the world and more congruently persuade other people. And that's essentially what the arms race has been for the past couple of million years of human evolution and proto-human evolution. We've been trying to game other people before they can game us. And the purpose of our brain, the purpose of your brain, is a persuasion tool, to persuade other people of your ideas, to take the ideas in your head and get them out into the world, and to persuade as many people as you can to take action based on your ideas, because they're all doing the same thing. And that has been the contest since the dawn of time. And this is a very, very brain-intensive process to keep your true intentions hidden and present kind of a false model to the world so you can better persuade other people. And this takes a lot of brain power, and that's what made our brains get so big so quickly. A lot of people, when they find out just how persuasive you can be, just how seductive you can be when you use hypnotic language patterns, when you use some of the persuasion strategies to manipulate other people, to persuade other people, to hypnotize other people, they get this kind of icky feeling in their brain that thinks, isn't that manipulative? I'm not sure if I want to do that. But if that describes you, consider some of these ideas. The tools you can use to persuade people, the language patterns you can use to persuade people to do whatever you want them to do, they are absolutely amoral. There's no inherent good ethics or bad ethics baked into the cake of these language patterns. It's only your intention that makes them good or makes them bad. So long as you have a decent intention to persuade people so you both benefit, you can't go wrong. Think of this other idea. Imagine you had a magic app on your phone. And imagine you could use this app to take a picture of someone even far away and then type something in under their picture and hit send, and it would poof an idea straight into their brain, a desire straight into their brain, and they would act on that desire. They would pursue that desire as if it was their idea, and they would love doing that. It would make them feel very good to pursue that desire that you secretly put inside their head. And even if it didn't work out, they would still have a fond memory of getting that idea and trying to make that desire come true. The question is, if you had this app on your phone, would you say, I don't want to use this app because it's manipulative? Or would you use this app to help people out, to increase the happiness of those around you, to make people more confident because of you, to make people more outgoing because of you, to make people have better ideas because of you, to lift people out of depression because of you? Or would you not use this app because it's manipulative? Another idea to think about is, according to Triver's theory, our brain, the purpose of our brain, the purpose of your brain is to be a tool of persuasion, is to be a persuasion tool, to run game on other people before they run game on you. And if you opt out of your purpose, you're not really helping anybody. You're not really doing society any good. In fact, you might be doing the opposite, because if you persuade people because of your morals and ethics, you will persuade people to create mutually beneficial outcomes, mutually beneficial results. You will help yourself, you will help them, you will take the ideas in your head, and you can use these language patterns, you can use these persuasion strategies to put your ideas in terms of their ideas, so you both get your outcome and you're both better off because of it. If you don't do that, you leave them open to manipulation by other people that aren't as ethical as you are. So by noping out of using your purpose, using your persuasion tool, you might be making the world a worse place than a better place, which is what you might be convincing yourself of if you think persuasion is manipulation. So think about these ideas and think about living your purpose. Don't be like Arjuna and try to nope out because you're reframing yourself to make a weakness turn into a strength. You're not doing anybody any favors by not being able to persuade as many people as you can, by being able to seduce as many people as you can. Get in the game, use your brain, live up to your purpose, and persuade people like a boss. That is your mission in life. If you'd like to learn how, check out the links below. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.